They are not doing the project. However, they are building a $2 million deposit because in 2 years from now, they are going to reopen. Sort of like the case, they want to still continue with the project of Conga, but they want to tell the people that they're going to put all that contaminated water in that deposit. So they are not. So it didn't come to a stop altogether because that's what they're doing. And because I'm a dietitian, the other problem that I really need to address is the agricultural companies that are really behind the TPP. We have heard about Cargill, Monsanto, and only yesterday there has been a riot in Gamarra, in Lima, and curiously, I don't know exactly what happened, but there's been riots and people stealing and taking out cars and the merchandise of a lot of people. It's so curious that it happened now after only a week that Hillary Clinton came with some projects with people, and the thing that really crushed my heart was there were two Peruvian women representing Pfizer. One was representing Pfizer, and another Peruvian woman is representing Walmart. And they were talking about giving jobs, and this is how they operate. You know, they're coming to the country and they tell the people, oh, we're going to give you jobs and an investment. You can see it right there. It just happened a week or 2 weeks ago, and there was a lot of, I guess, police security in that Gamarra is not a very safe place to walk around, and yet Hillary was there, and there was all these meetings with these people from different corporations, but the two that strike the most were like the Pfizer woman, and they happen to be Peruvians. On Monday, there is going to be another, I believe it's with Swiss Bank, somewhere here in Manhattan. There is going to be another negotiation or another talk. Nadine Heredia, the wife of President Ollanta Humala, is being nominated like the representative of quinoa. Quinoa is one of the very well-known grains, very high in nutrition, and FAO has declared 2013 the International Year of Quinoa. And Nadine Heredia has been declared like the woman of quinoa or something like that, a representative or something. The corporation that is behind that is organizing this project is a corporation called or an NGO. It's not even a corporation. It's a small NGO called Peruvian Agribusiness. It's led by a known woman, a Peruvian woman, who just happens to, if you look at their website, you'll see like they want to do business with Peru. But who's behind Inca Cola, which is owned by Coca-Cola, Goya Products, which is a Spanish that is already selling or exploiting some of the agricultural products from Peru. If you go to any Spanish place, you see some Goya, there's a yellow bean that comes from Peru, so that's Goya. They have the mayor. I mean, there are other Peruvians, that small companies that also do business to import products from Peru. But like I can see there that Goya and all this and Coca-Cola is behind. So this is really scary, and hopefully, because I'm staying, going back to the GMOs and Monsanto, I wish I had the pictures, but if anybody remembers my name and go to my Facebook, in one of the pictures there, I have this girl, 15-year-old girl, who was born without legs in Paraguay because her parents were spraying Roundup to the soybean in Paraguay. The soybean crop is owned by Cargill, by the way. And I believe there was this photographer who had this a whole essay and a whole investigation on how soy, the soy crop is grown in Paraguay. But I believe Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina is another case study because it has replaced their cattle business, and is being, all this land is being degraded. And so it's really scary what is happening now, especially because only last year we, and because of a lot of activists, we had a law now banning GMO crops in Peru. So imagine if these corporations take over, what's going to happen? I mean, Monsanto may just come and sue Peru for not investing because they have this law. Another problem in a country such as Peru, a lot of people break the law. In 2007, there is one person that already found corn, a GM crop growing in Peru, and when she denounced publicly what was going on, and because Monsanto is there, and by the way, if anybody has heard of CropLife, and if you go to their website, CropLife is the NGO that represents all the agricultural corporations. And they are in every Latin American country, and not only a Latin American country, they are all over the world. So this is very scary because there are NGOs also behind trying to work with these corporations. That's what they represent. And the way I know is because when they made the study here in the United States, when they found all the urine and the blood of children full of pesticides, and herbicides in an urban place, because there used to be studies like in a rural place, yes, because the kids, are in contact with these farms. But in an urban place, it got scary, and if you ever read Medscape, or I believe it was in the New York Times, CropLife protested, and they are the ones who were like the voice for all these corporations because they are the ones who made the pesticides and the herbicides. So imagine, so we have all these problems, not just with the minings, we have with the food. And there is another organization in Peru called, there is some sort of like Consumer Reports, and they took 13 of our products already in the market of Peru, and out of 13 of our products that we consume every day, they took it to some lab in Germany. 10 of them already had GMOs. And it's because of the other agreements that Peru has, they're buying from Paraguay or Brazil or all these corporations. And this is what happened with NAFTA. We had to remember that one of the failures of NAFTA and one of the reasons for the obesity epidemic in NAFTA is because the GM crop, the corn, became so cheap because it's subsidized here that draw all the campesinos, all the farmers out of business. So they don't have any incentive, anymore to grow their own corn. So 70% of the corn that now is used for food in Mexico comes from the U.S. So that's is really right there. You can see that it's related to this epidemic of obesity. And by the way, Dr. Huerta, that happens to be a Peruvian who's leading the American Cancer Society, recently also did a symposium in Peru about obesity. It was an international symposium. It was Chile, Brazil, Mexico, Peru, and I can't remember the other country. But anyway, this fight, and one of the things that they show a picture of Nestle, for example, hiding already a whole boat, almost like those boats that you see that go to like the ferry